Hello, and welcome to the TV&T podcast. I'm Adriana.
And I'm Selena.
And we are two sisters that have decided to let the internet into the conversations that we have about TV and pop culture over endless cups of tea. In our house, the reoccurring questions are, is it tea time? To which the answer is always yes.
And what are we watching? So pour yourself a cup and get ready to get into it.
Hey guys!
What's up? Hello.
Welcome back!
We are back for another episode of TV&T. How you doing?
How you doing? I am doing well. You know, this week has not been bad.
This week actually hasn't been bad.
We went on a little vacay.
Like we mentioned before, we went to the vacay house.
We went to the I don't think we mentioned it.
Yeah, we did.
On the podcast?
Oh, well, maybe you edited it out, but we definitely mentioned it last episode.
Oh, maybe. So we went to the vacation house, we got away, and, you know, we followed social distancing. We were in the house. We didn't leave once. Well, I left, but, you know, we're not going to talk about that. But, yeah, you know, we enjoyed just a couple days away, just in a new environment. I needed that change. I needed the switch up. It was, like, perfect timing. I had such a great time. We're back home now, but I loved it. I'm, like, happy to be back, and I was happy to be away.
Yeah, I had the best time. It really, you'd be surprised how much it hits to watch TV on a different couch, to drink wine in a different
new glass.
location, in a new glass. Like, you guys, it was just fun and fresh. We really haven't left the house for so long. Yeah. So it was nice.
It was really nice. I loved it. And my quote, my catch up for the week just goes off of that, because the entire time we were away, our mom just kept insisting on trying to go back to the news and watch CNN, and we had to like keep shutting her down. And my quote comes from Erica Jane from The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills when they were in the Bahamas last season. And she said, "Stop ruining my vacation."
Oh,
and that's just my theme for the week. That's how I felt. Like, stop ruining my vacation. Like, I was in full vacation mode. I had a beer every day. I like laid around. I stayed up late watching like so many shows, and I just like had a great time. I had snacks. I ate ice cream cones every night, and then I had an allergy attack because of it. Like, I was just overindulging, and I loved it. I did my nails. I had a fresh wax. I waxed myself finally, guys.
That's right. Finally. Oh my gosh. And I helped her. I plucked some of the hairs. It was real fun.
So I just felt like fresh and new and renewed. And I just feel like brand new right now.
I love that for you.
I know. I love that for me too. How you feeling? How you doing?
I am feeling great. I'm feeling fun and fresh, but that is actually not what my quote is aligning with this week. I want to share a little struggle with you guys. So my quote today comes
Your
from...
face is just so funny.
I'm like in distress.
You are in distress. You look pained.
So... my quote for this week comes from Sex and the City.
Okay.
A little Carrie Bradshaw moment.
I love that.
She says, "I've spent $40,000 on shoes and I have no place to live. I will literally be the old woman who lived in her shoes." And I just resonate with that quote because your girl is on Instagram scrolling. She's seeing all the cute stuff. I recently followed like a gemstone page. I'm pretty sure I've shown you this page already.
Oh, yes.
And it's just like, oh, a $5,000 ring. And I'm just like, I need it. And I'm at the point where I want to shop. Like, genuinely, I just want to buy new clothes. I'm tired of the clothes that are in my closet, but I know that I have nowhere to go and I can't.
And it's like not even like a smart investment right now to be like shopping. It's just like, just save your money, sis. Like, wait until, I mean, it might be fall before we like are really back out there, like living life the way you want to live without any cares or concerns.
I know, and I have no money, so she had no money.
No money, no future, no mangs.
No mangs, no future.
Oh my gosh, Mama Elsa, that's an iconic line.
Wow, that needs to be my quote, but I don't think it fits at the moment with my
I feel
life.
like that was my quote like 3 weeks ago. Like, no Mangs, no future.
No future.
I'm alone in a house full of nothing.
Oh my gosh, I love when she says that.
If you don't know what we're talking about the Real Housewives of Miami. Marisol, her mother, Mama Elsa, there's like this one scene of one episode where she's in the house alone and she's just like rambling and like walking around and she's like, look at me, I am here and I'm going to die alone in this house with no mangs, no money, and no future.
No future.
What is going to happen to me? What is going to happen to my future? I have no future. So we quote that all the time. We love that line. So that's what we're talking about if you're completely confused, and that's okay.
We'll post the video on our Instagram
so
and
you know exactly what we're
Twitter.
talking about, and you can get clued in.
Yeah, but let's hop into the TV for this week. You guys are trying something a little different. We're coming different.
We are coming different. We're giving you something new. We spent the week watching all Quibi shows. So Quibi is a new platform and it is streaming all kinds of new content and shows on your phone, and they're short versions. They're like short episodes. Like I think the longest episode I've watched on a show is like 9 minutes. They don't have an option for you to watch it on your TV or in any other way. And they've just, I'm sure everyone has seen the ad on Twitter or Instagram or something, because they launched maybe a month ago. So we spent a couple days, diving in. So let's get into it. What are your first thoughts? I have a bunch of thoughts, but I want to get yours.
So my first thoughts were that I think it was a good idea. I like the concept because I do love to watch things on my phone.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. So if you guys are not familiar with the app, it's like, you know how an Instagram story is a full screen on your phone? That's how it looks. You don't turn your phone sideways like a YouTube video. It's like a full screen. It's mobile only.
Okay, so I want to say something about that because I had a thought about that. Do you lock your phone screen?
Yes.
Okay, I do too. And I just happened to unlock it to see if you can move it into landscape.
Yeah.
And you can. And it adjusts the screen and gives you like a wide angle shot. I thought it was just portrait like mode, like up and down. And I was like, oh, this is kind of annoying. Like just having that one little view. But you can turn it so it can go both ways if you want to watch it on like a traditional like YouTube video. Because I did read that they had a lot of complaints come up after their initial launch about it only being on the phone. People were like, I want to be able to watch some of these shows on a TV, just get a bigger sense and feeling of it. And I completely agree with that. I'm the type of person that doesn't watch really anything on my phone. Like you will never see me like on Netflix on my phone. I don't even watch YouTube on my phone, like very rarely. Like I usually watch it on my computer. So they are going to be allowing you to watch it on your TV or like stream it to your Apple TV. And I think they're going to make like an app for the TV or something like that.
Okay.
So that's coming. So I was like, how is the screen going to work? But now that I know that it can go both ways, I was like, okay, it's not a hard transition because they have it formatted for landscape and portrait, which I thought was really nice. Like I don't, most things it's like either or. Like IGTV, it's like it's made for portrait. YouTube is made for landscape. So it's like it's nice that there's versatility there, and that was just like a tech thing that I liked and like dived into because I was like, this is just not it.
Yeah.
And I was like, how are they going to transition this onto like a TV? It's just not going to look great.
That's something I was concerned about from a tech standpoint because when they first launched and like how I was watching it, it was only portrait. I was like, are they going to have to reshoot like all of their stuff to make it like, wide? But I guess I learned something new. They don't. They're appealing to the millennials because I guess I'm showing my Gen Z-ness so much right now. I love to watch things on my phone, but Adriana does not.
I do not.
Yeah, but regardless, I think it's really cool. The shows are really well done, you guys. If
Really well
nothing
done.
else, like get a free trial and just check some of them out because they are really good. And make sure you get a free trial of the non-ad version because it's free regardless. And Adriana played herself and she's been watching ads on Quibi.
I don't know what I did. I don't know. I was just like, oh, non-ads. Like, I didn't even think about it. I think when I set up my trial, I was just like clicking through. And so I've had ads and I just talked about a commercial. I was like, oh, I keep seeing that commercial on Quibi. And she's like, you have commercials.
Yeah, I was like, sis, you played yourself. I have no commercials on my Quibi. So, pro tip, but regardless, what have you been watching? Because I feel like it's definitely been different from what I've been watching.
Oh, completely. Okay,
Yeah.
so okay. The first thing I watched, which was like something that I said I wasn't going to watch at all, and I don't even know why I watched it, but I was just in the mood to watch something light, so I watched Dummy with Anna Kendrick.
Oh my God.
And that, okay, that was not my kind of show. I didn't like it. I didn't enjoy it. I laughed maybe once, and it was supposed to be a comedy. Like, it's just not my kind of show.
I told you not to watch it, and she tried to get me to watch it so we can talk about it, and I was like, I'm not wasting my time, honey.
But, okay, the thing that I really like is that the episodes are so short. Like, I literally just binged that in an hour. Like, I don't know how you're only watching, like, part of a show. I'm like, what do you mean, did I finish the whole show? It's like, of course I did. I watched 1 hour of programming and it's done.
I'll get into that in my final thoughts because I did realize something. Continue.
Okay, so I watched Dummy, and then I also watched this documentary series called On and Music, and it's 6 episodes, and it's different aspects of the music industry. So they follow like a professional within a certain vertical, and they go along with them through a project with an artist. So they did an episode on writing, and they followed this writer that worked on Ozzy Osbourne's last album. They did one for clothing, and they followed Anderson .Paak's stylist.
I love
they did dancing, and they followed the twins that choreographed for Ariana Grande. So, it's like these little mini documentaries, like little episodes about different people and kind of their creative process, how they got started, but it's like really short and condensed. And I love documentary, and so I really enjoyed that. It reminded me of, on Netflix, this documentary series called The Art of Design. It kind of, like, it was like a mini version of that, if anybody has seen that, and that's the parallel that I would say.
I like that.
Yeah, it was really cute. And I learned something about, like, each aspect of those people. I had never heard of any of the people that they focused on. So I learned something about that, and then I learned some things about the artists that they were working with that I didn't know. I just really like that. That was really cute.
I'm definitely going to check that out because I feel like a short, like, version of that, like, that's interesting. That'll keep my attention.
Yes, I was totally into that completely. Another thing I started watching was Sexology with Shan.
Oh my gosh, this is on my list, so we can talk about this.
Yes,
Let's have a dialogue.
So, Sexology with Shan, we love her. We mentioned her, I think, last episode or the episode before that, which is Shannon Boodram, and she is a sexologist, a relationship coach. She makes social media content for about dating, relationships, and sex. Yes. And so this is her, like, next project, and I liked it. It felt like an extension of her YouTube channel.
Definitely.
But, like, really short and condensed. And, the first couple episodes, she was, like, out in the world with people and, like, kind of coaching them and having, like, one-on-one conversations with them about different topics. So, she brought a group of women to a sex store. She sat down with a group of men and asked them about, like, what things that they like when they're getting head and what they don't like when they're getting head and things like that.
The title of the episode was What Men Really Want.
Yes.
Love that.
So, she goes into different topics, and, like, right now, because we're all in quarantine, she's doing a series of episodes about how to date and maintain your relationships through the time of quarantine and by staying apart with social distancing, and she has an episode about like different sex toys that you can use with your partner, ways to keep it spicy, ways to engage with people that you're just meeting on dating apps. So like I really love her content before this, but I thought this was just really well done. I think they're like the production value on all the shows, and I noticed this especially with And Music, like this is well produced stuff. Like they're putting money into these shows. Like they're not filled with fluff. They are high value from beginning to end, and they're entertaining, and it's short and it's quick, and you can like move through them quickly, and it keeps you completely like engaged.
Yeah, and that's what I really liked about Shan's show, because she's great. She gives really concrete advice and practical tips.
Yes.
And seeing that on this platform and seeing her interact with more people, because on her YouTube channel, she really just talks by herself. Hearing the perspective of other people and her giving them advice, and then the higher level of production was amazing to me.
Yeah,
and that
I
is
loved it.
my favorite show that I've seen on Quibi so far. I really liked it.
I really liked that as well. I was like so happy for her when I saw that
Right?
she had a show on this. I was like, yes, Shan.
I'm like, sis, get your little coin.
Yes.
Like, I love that for her.
I agree. So that was Shan's show.
Anything else worth mentioning?
Another show that I am gonna dive into. I listen to their podcast, but it's called The Nod. They are a podcast that focuses on like chronicalizing and in like celebrating Black culture. So like on their podcast, they go deep into certain things. Like my favorite episodes of theirs was they did a deep dive on like the creation and like the evolution of Nuck If You Buck. With Crime Mob.
God,
So
yes.
they they talked to Crime Mob and like broke down like how did this song come together, and like what happened and who wrote it, and all that stuff, and like the evolution of what it's meant to the culture and just to like pop culture and Black people and the party atmosphere and the club scene. So that's kind of like what their show is all about. So these are like mini episodes of what they do on the podcast, and they're diving into different things. They're talking about a little bit more current events. They're talking about like some stuff with COVID-19 and how it's affecting the Black community, and like how it's spreading throughout like the jail system and things like that. So it's an interesting show, and I already listened to them, so I'm like familiar. So that's another thing that I'm gonna dive into.
That's a good one. I think I'm gonna watch that as well.
Yes. And then the last thing I watched was When the Streetlights Go On.
Just started that. So good so far.
Okay, how far into it are you?
I think I'm like 4 episodes in.
Okay.
3 or 4.
So When the Streetlights Go On, it's a drama murder mystery. And it's about these two sisters that, I don't want to spoil it, but it gets said in like the first five seconds of the show. The show is about both of these sisters eventually being murdered, and just seeing how that plays out. And I just thought it was like such a cute little teen drama in the way that like Riverdale is. And you know I don't like teen dramas.
Yeah, I was looking at her a little confused. Like, you like a teen drama? Because what I've watched so far, it's kind of a teen drama, but it is very serious and heavy.
Yes.
So I guess that's what appealed to you.
Yes. I don't know why I decided to watch it, but I just did. And I just really liked it. Like I like the sisters, like their different kinds of dynamics, and you get to see how, after the first sister is murdered and everything that happens following that, how her parents react to it, how her sister deals with it, how the town, it's a small town, a close community, deals with the fallout of that. And it focuses on their next door neighbor, and the show is narrated by the neighbor. And it just follows his view and just his kind of place within the story of watching these two sisters ultimately get murdered and how it affects him.
Yeah.
And the show is about his development within that, as much as it is about the crime that has taken place in their town. And at the end of it, you'll see you don't really get to see in depth like the investigation or how the crime eventually gets solved, but they do tie it up nicely at the end because
That's good to know.
they're condensing a story, and it's not so much about the murder and the investigation as much as it's about how it affects this boy and the sister that's left behind and eventually dies, and just kind of their evolution within that. And I don't know, I really liked it. I'm not usually into teen dramas, but I think because it was so short and it was so quick, like I liked it. Like if I had to sit through 12 45-minute episodes, I don't know if I would have liked it. But the fact that it was only like an hour and 15 minutes worth of content, I was like here for it. I was totally, I bought in.
I see what you mean. And I feel like they definitely broke it up well, because the reason why I haven't finished half of the shows I'm about to mention is because I feel like when you're doing a 7-minute, 15-episode show, so much of it is build up, and it's like you have to hook me a little bit more. I'm not gonna sit here for 5-7-minute episodes of just background story. I kind of want to see how things are gonna happen. But When the Street Lights Go On actually did a really good job of hooking you in, because you kind of find out what the conclusion to the story is. Like both of these girls die in the beginning.
Yes.
And like you already are seeing the dynamics between the characters. You're not really seeing backstory and lead up.
No. So yeah, I liked it too.
Highly recommend that one. I watched The Most Dangerous Game, the first like 4 episodes. Okay, I think
I watched the first 2 episodes of that, and that's really what I was here for. And it's the show I've watched the last. Yes. I don't know how or why, but just a little backstory. The Most Dangerous Game I read it in like middle school, I think, or elementary school.
Yeah, I think I read that in middle school.
Okay, so I'm obsessed with that story. I don't, it's like one of those like secret things that I don't talk about, but it's like I've always been obsessed with that story, and I've always like been waiting for someone to make it into a show or a movie. So this is the reason why I even wanted to check out Quibi, was for this show, because when I saw that they were doing it.
Yes, and it's Hemsworth.
I'm not like a huge Hemsworth fan, especially not that brother. I can like take him or leave him.
Oh, you like the other brother?
Yes. But I was so excited for this. I started the first 2 episodes, and I like it so far. So that's like my next thing I'm gonna watch. But continue.
I feel like it didn't hook me. I might go back to it. I might not. I'm a little indifferent at this point.
Really?
Yeah, because the way they do it, it's different. I wish they would have stayed more true to the book.
Okay.
You know, I wish it would have been on an island. They're in the city. Won't spoil too much for you guys, but let me know what you think when you're done. We'll give them a little update next week. The next show that I watched was Survive. That's with
Sansa.
Sansa.
What's her
Joe
name?
Jonas's girl.
What's her name? Her.
Whatever her name is. Oh my gosh, you guys, let me know what her name is. Super sorry to her regardless. She's really whiny, and she annoyed me so much. And I thought she was annoying as Sansa, but like she had some redeeming qualities in Game of Thrones. In this show, she is suicidal, and she spends 2 years at this rehab facility, and she convinces them that she's okay and she doesn't want to kill herself anymore. And then she gets on the flight home, and she goes to the bathroom with 10,000 pills, and she tries to kill herself. Like, one day out of rehab, not even 2 days.
Okay.
And while she's about to kill herself on this flight, the flight goes down.
Oh, Lord.
And everybody on the plane dies except for her and this one other guy. Right?
Okay.
So the show is about them surviving this plane crash in like a mountainous, snowy region. God. Like no help is coming. They literally have to help each other survive. But sis is like, I was already about to kill myself. You're on your own, homeboy. And he's like, no, what do you mean? You know, because
he's not here for it.
He's not here for it. He's like, I need you to survive. You need me. We're going to get through this. And she's just like, meh, I'm depressed. So she annoyed me. I don't think I'm going to finish that show because I don't really, like, she was not a endearing character.
Okay.
Yeah, so other than that, my final thoughts on Quibi. Let's wrap this up, okay?
Okay.
I kind of said it already. I like the concept, but in actually watching it, maybe I didn't pick the right shows. Keep this in mind. But
Okay.
in actually watching it, I don't think I'm going to keep it after the 3-month free trial. It didn't hook me. It's not really for me.
Okay, I would have said that after I watched Dummy. And oh my God, Dummy was just so bad.
It seemed really bad. I don't know why you even watched that.
Oh my gosh, just to dive into Dummy for a second, to just go back. Anna Kendrick's jeans does not fit the entire time. Like,
We hate a wardrobe malfunction.
oh my God, just such a flub there. Like, she's supposed to be this like hot mess of a girl that's dating this older gentleman that's like more established, but he's like kind of gross, and
He's
it's like
so ew.
And then she was kind of like gross also. Like, I don't know, she was just like messy, and her jeans didn't fit, and I was like, girl, no wonder why your man is fucking like a sex doll behind your back. Like, I would too. Like, you're not putting yourself together in any sort of appealing way, and I was just like not here for her. Anyways, that show was just so bad. Okay. I would have said I don't like the platform had I just watched Dummy. But the And Music little documentary series I really enjoyed, and I love Shan's show. I thought that was really well done as well, and I really liked When the Streetlights Go On for some reason. I don't know why I liked it so much, but I think because another thing that I don't really like is content that goes on for too long. Like, you know, my thing with TV shows that have too many episodes, like it's a lot of filler, and I just like that this got straight to it. Like, you know, it felt like even with like YouTube content that's created, you're trying to like fill up 20 minutes of talking, so you like ramble on, and you're like, and the person's not like getting to the point. And I just felt like this was so straightforward and to the point that it appealed to me in a way that I didn't know that it would. I like the shortness of the content, and not everything on the platform right now is for me. There's like a lot of stuff that I have no interest in watching, like the Liza Koshy show I have no interest in.
Offset
show I don't really have a lot of interest in. Like, you know, he's
Joe Jonas.
Even him, like, I'm like, a lot of the people that they have making content for the show, it's like they're interesting and like I like them generally, but like I don't want to watch what they're doing on this per se. Like Idris Elba has a show, but he's like doing some like robot car thing. It's like I don't want to watch that. So a lot of the content is like not for me, but I don't know, I kind of liked it. I don't know if it's like a necessity. I don't know if I'm going to like continue paying for it when the trial is done, but I am enjoying it. Okay. I think I'm enjoying it enough to recommend that everybody check it out, and like maybe you'll like it.
I would definitely recommend everyone check it out, because I mean, it's free for 3 months and we're in quarantine. If you're tired of watching your regular shows,
for sure,
this is definitely something to check out. You might find something that you really like. I'm definitely gonna check out the Nod.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm gonna continue watching Shan's show because I really liked it, and then I'll let you guys know my final thoughts when I finish When the Streetlights Go On.
Yes, I want to know what you think, because I thought it was well done, and I liked it.
So let us know what you guys think of Quibi, if you've already checked it out, or when you do. We are going to respond to some of you guys on Instagram and Twitter. Let's get into the tea though.
Okay. So Diplo had a baby.
Woo, snaps for Diplo.
I didn't know that Diplo already had kids.
Oh, he has multiple kids already? This isn't his first child?
No, this is his third child.
Okay, I'm picturing Diplo as Calvin Harris, not the one that dated Taylor Swift. Diplo's different.
Diplo is different. Diplo is the guy that also is in Major Lazer.
Okay, yeah. I like Diplo.
I like Diplo too. I think he's like a cute guy.
How many kids does he have already?
He has 3 kids. He has 2 older boys, and I think this third one is a boy too, or maybe it's a girl.
Same woman?
No, the 2 older ones are with someone else, and now this one is with this I forgot her name. She's like a model.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, really pretty girl.
Well, congratulations to him.
Yeah, I just thought it was, I feel like I've learned, like, people are fathers that I didn't know were fathers. Like, I didn't know Diplo was a father.
Elon Musk.
I didn't know he had, now he has 6 kids. Like, he has
Insane.
5 other kids other than this last one that, you know, has the weird name.
Is that another piece of tea? Elon Musk's kid's weird ass name?
No, but it's just, you know, he's just such a strange person.
Yeah.
But I had no idea he had 5 kids. Like, who knew he was the family guy? Mm-hmm. And yeah, same thing with Diplo. I had no idea he had other kids. I was like shocked. I guess he's just like very private and he doesn't really post them often or much or at all. Mm-hmm. So I had no idea, but good for him, bro.
A lot of people also did pregnancy announcements, speaking of babies, on Mother's
God.
Day.
So many.
Desi
It was
Perkins.
It was
on
every
YouTube.
Instagram, every influencer was like, I'm going to announce my baby on Mother's Day.
Why is everyone pregnant in quarantine? Is that a thing?
I think people were like planning to get pregnant this year and it just so happened that it happened in the beginning of the year and now we're 2 months into quarantine and it's like, I'm showing.
Wow.
Shan is also pregnant.
Shan is pregnant. She announced that on Mother's Day. Do you know who Lucky B. Smith is? That model? Okay, well, if you guys know who he is, him and his new wife are pregnant as well.
Okay.
It's cute.
I mean, I think that's so cute.
I'm here for it.
I'm here for the babies. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm here for it.
Yeah, but in other news, Tekashi 6ix9ine is out of jail.
Selena.
Well, he's been out of jail, but this week, or I guess it's last week at this point, he put out a music video really quick. The song is all right. And he actually went on Instagram Live and broke the record for most people in a live with 2 million. The record was previously held by Tory Lanez at a whopping, I think, 500,000, a little bit under 600,000. And yeah, like Tekashi just took him out.
Through.
What do you think? I hate him.
I am not into him at all. Like, I do not listen to his music. I do not subscribe. I don't endorse. I'm not here for it at all. Like, I think he's just gross. And he just says nigga way too much for my liking as a white person. I don't care what set he reps. Like,
what set he reps? I'm from New York. I'm the king of New York.
I just don't understand. And he looks weird. And he's just like, he's ghetto. I don't like that.
Yeah, I'm definitely not here for Tekashi 6ix9ine, but we have to talk about it because it's news. Like, that was one of the biggest pieces of celebrity news this week.
I know, it really was. Everybody was watching his live. I
didn't watch the live.
I would never watch the live. I don't listen to the music. I'm just not here for him at all in any ways. And one thing I thought is what I think is always interesting about people that are like polarizing on social media is that everybody feeds it. Like, everyone's like, oh my God, he set the record. It's like, yeah, well, because everybody's watching him. Like, why are you people watching him if all you're going to do is like sit and complain about him even having a being in the position to do the things that he's doing? Like,
yeah, they're complaining about him having a platform, but y'all are the ones giving him a platform.
Yeah, like, you're watching it. You're part of you are the problem. You are literally the problem. Like, if you just let him do what he was doing with the people that actually liked him or supported him, like, his platform would be so much smaller. And like, I saw like Meek Mills was like jumping into it and he had beef going on. And it's like, Meek, like, you're above this. Like, you shouldn't have anything to say. Like, anybody with any sort of credibility or platform should not have anything to say about this because you should be like paying him dust. Like, he should be as relevant as a cockroach in the corner. Like,
but we know Meek Mill is messy and not with it. He's just no.
So yeah, I mean, that's how I feel about Tekashi. Like, I just okay. And right before we wrap up now, just another reminder, it's Watch-A-Thon week right now on Xfinity, and I'm like in the midst of it all. I'm enjoying it. I've watched Watchmen on HBO. And I have finished Power
Oh,
final
okay.
season. Finally.
Love that.
I was like 6 episodes behind. I didn't even realize the show was really over, and I didn't realize that I hadn't watched it. And then I was like, wait a second. So those are the 2 shows that I've watched so far. And the next thing I'm going to dive into, actually starting tomorrow, is The Godfather of Harlem.
Oh my gosh, yes, I want to watch that with you.
And McMillions on HBO, which is a documentary series.
I want to watch that too.
So those are my next 2 picks for Watch-A-Thon. Are you watching anything? Did you watch anything?
So what I really wanted to watch on Watch-A-Thon was Riviera.
Season 2.
Yeah, I thought we were going to get into that this week, but it looks like it's not available on Watch-A-Thon. We really just have to buy the channel. But other than that, I'm gonna watch McMillions and The Godfather of Harlem with you.
Okay.
And I would like some recommendations from y'all. What are you guys watching Watch-A-Thon week? Other than like the usual Game of Thrones. I feel like everyone takes this time to watch Game of Thrones, but we're done with that and we're putting that moment behind us.
Yeah, we're 8 weeks, 9 weeks into quarantine. Like, what's everyone watching?
I'm very curious.
Is everyone like sick of TV yet? Are you sick of TV?
No.
I don't. I'm not either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep like breaking up what I'm watching. I've been watching like a lot of YouTube. I've been watching now some Quibi. I've been reading a lot also, so I feel like I'm not like sick of anything yet.
No, same. I've been reading, and I think it helps that now I'm in the groove of quarantine and I have like other things to do. So TV does feel like an escape still. It doesn't feel like, oh my gosh, I'm like fiending for something to do.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
So yeah, let us know what you are all watching.
Yes, and this week's episode was kind of short. We were quick. We were on it. We were with it.
Quick like Quibi.
Yes, so thank you so much for listening, and please remember to subscribe and leave us a nice little comment, a nice little rating if you feel so inclined.
A very nice rating and review, only if it's nice. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter. It's going to be the TVNT podcast. That is going to be linked in the description. And you can also follow me on Instagram. I am Selena Stan with 2 N's.
And I am XO Adriana Alicia.
Till next time, y'all.
Till next time, guys. Bye.
Hip hip cheerio.